Hi, welcome back. Today I want to talk about something that I'm pretty sure everybody's dealt with, whether you realize it or not. It is catfishing. Catfishing is when somebody makes a fake profile. Traditionally, to say 30 to 60 days, it would be a catfish, but now I'm going to say anything under 6 months is probably a catfish. Somebody's account is under, we'll say 6 months old. They literally post, 10 million things a day. They're probably a catfish. They're trying to look like they've been there a while, and they're trying to exhaust you so you won't keep searching. You won't be able to get to the bottom of the Tootsie Pop, to the very end of it. Suspect. If someone's been on vacation, vacation refers to if someone's been in prison, we'll say prison more than jail, and if they've been on vacation, if someone's been on vacation, it could show them gone for a while, so that may possibly be it. If you ever watched Orange is the New Black, if you date somebody with a record, everybody I've ever met with a record has been more forthright and forthcoming with it. Why would they lie about it? They are. But on the other side, kids are not, just dating in general. In Michigan, we have something called the Offender Tracking Information System, OTIS. You can look up somebody and check out their criminal record if they have a felony. And if it wasn't expunged, a lot of the pot stuff recently got removed or will be removed. There's also a sex offender registry. There's a national registry, and each state has one. If you just Google it, it'll come up. You'll see it. That's a good idea to look up the address someone works at or lives at, if you know their name. Another sign of a catfish, if you go on their profile and the recent post is tagged with like more than 5 people, 6 people, definite puts up a sign that something is not right. If they have any kind of asking for money in their profile, Cash App would be a good example. Nowadays everybody has Venmo. Most people don't advertise them. Cash App and all that, if someone's right on their profile, when you look at it, it makes me obviously go through their pictures. We'll go through that in a minute. My fear, so what I recommend doing, so people cannot tag, this is Facebook, so people cannot tag you, go to Facebook settings, then go to settings, privacy settings, timeline and tagging, set post approval, and then that way if somebody does tag you in something, it won't automatically tag you in it. They'll have to get your permission or you will not be tagged in that post. I highly recommend that. And then that way, if you know that someone's like that, I would just remove them, either remove them and or block them. Solves the problem right with that. If you get a friend request from someone you don't know and you do approve it, because you're trying to build a world outside of your life, and let's say you approve it, and all of a sudden you get a bunch of more friend requests, the odds are it's a catfish scam. And the way you know this is because normally you don't get like 30 requests when somebody just adds you. This is stuff I've This is stuff I've come through recently to learn. It's important not to be a victim. Also, you want to protect your friends and family. You may even want to put a message out not to accept friend requests from people you don't know that are affiliated through you. If anybody's messaging you directly, to let them know or have them let you know so you can remove them and or remove them to Facebook or whoever. This is really important. Do not be afraid to search through a profile. I'm not a stalker, but when I'm going through a profile, I check everything. Number 1, go through the pictures. Go through the profile pictures. Go all the way back. How far can you go? I mean, most people don't change it 14 times a day. If they do, and there's only enough content for 4 or 5 days, they're probably a catfish because they're trying to, again, make it so much of a hassle that you won't go through and check it. Check the profile name. When you first get your account, we're talking about Facebook, it will give you just numbers, and then you can go through and rename it yourself. A lot of times that name can give you a clue if it's a fake profile. So when you're looking at the pictures, does everything line up? Like if they sent you a request from Mary Smith, we'll pick a female, and you're going through the photos, and after, I don't know, the 14th photo or something, it's all of a sudden doesn't look like this person, there's nothing to do with her in it, it's probably a fake account. If you think for a 1% chance it's fake, just assume it's fake and let it go and just move on. There's so many people out there. Let a real person find you, and then you won't have to deal with all of the... It's easier just to block the account. And what we said earlier about all the friend requests, deny them all. And actually what I do, I block them all. Block, block, block. They'll have pictures. There's people that had like CFOs of big companies sending me a friend request on Facebook. It's clearly a fake account. I don't know anybody. I'm not anybody. One thing you want to do more than anything is to attract people that you can actually meet and date. If you are getting requests from people that are not in your country, that's probably a good sign they're a catfish. You need to be observant. It's not that it could not be that 1 in a billion chance. The odds are it's not that kind of a situation. These people feed off of that. Be really observant. If you're not sure, find a friend that you've met in person, hung out with. Ask them to go through it with you. You know, I know there's some older people on there, and it's definitely tougher the older you get to navigate things. Especially if you've not been in the dating world, they could actually help you. One of my new Facebook friends, a good example, from what I understand, just reading the post, nothing personal, he met a woman, and I'm guessing they talked for a little while, and he went from single to engaged. I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, shit, no. Ray. Just made up the name Ray. But anyways, he mentioned he was engaged. I'm like, oh, fuck, this is not good. I know they hadn't been dating long because all I heard about before that was single. He made another post that it didn't work out, and that's because it was a catfish. You cannot... thing when someone says that they're dating somebody and they've never met before. But when you are engaged, that's to be married. So you definitely want to make sure you've spent real time with them in real life. Okay, there's nothing worse than being hurt. But I mean, if you've not sat in the same room with them, if you can't pinch them, it can't be the same real. I notice so many people are trying to do these long distance relationships nowadays. And I know it's because we're in the middle of a pandemic, but I'm honestly, I keep getting these requests from people. Like, I've actually had my friends list for a minute. You know, why? You don't want to be in a relationship? No, you live 3,000 miles away from me. I'm not going to move. You're not going to move. I'm in my life. You're in your life. It doesn't work that way. That's not real. That sounds fake to me. Catfishing. Throw them back. So another couple things. If someone, so if you're looking at men's profile, like I only date men. If you're looking at their profile, and I don't mean to skim through all their friends, I just mean the 10 people or whatever number shows up. If all of them are slutty women and they're scantily clad, as you would say, and they look questionable, like we'll say hookers, I don't know how else to fucking say it, then the odds are it's probably a fake profile, or it's someone who is being catfished themselves. One of the two. Either way, it's a check mark, and just get out. Just block them. And if they have like they have a list of activities you like, But if someone lists like more than 10 of them, it's probably a fake account, especially if they don't have much of a history. They're trying to overcompensate for what they don't have. And that way you can tell it's not real. The reason why I recommend blocking the account and not just unfriending or whatever, if you block them, then they can't have access to you. If you just unfriend them and leave them, they will just keep bam, 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 sending it over and over and over. And then all those fake accounts we were talking about earlier start coming through. First, I would keep it completely private. I wouldn't share it with anybody. People trying to scam your family and friends. This has actually happened to a family member of mine, and why I made this video. It's so important. Oh, so-and-so's friends with so-and-so. Oh, I'm going to add them. And then people start messaging each other, commenting. Next thing you know, someone's asking someone for money, and there's not one good thing to happen out of that. And if people go through and check out your mutual friends. Okay, so I've had two people. One person messaged me through Facebook, maybe both, and then I had another person reach out to me through Facebook. We chatted and mentioned how he'd help people set up their unemployment. I was getting unemployment. I think he thought it was so dumb that I was going to let him. He goes, "Oh, I call all the time." Oh my God. Yeah, I help at least 2, 3, 4, 5 people a week. Not me. This is what I was told by this man. That he helps 2, 3, 4, 5 people a week file unemployment, which is total lies and bullshit. Don't believe it. For the love of God, don't give somebody your social security number. I don't care what they say. They will not do anything good with it. Picture somebody hacking you and opening credit cards to everywhere. Getting a house, a car, your perfect credit's gone. The female, I just, are people offering to file an SBA loan for you? No, it's a scam. Oh my gosh, here's a huge flag of a fake account. If they have the what, not that they're using it, that they're displaying what their number is and their profile. That gives me like a 90% chance it's a scam, and I don't know why Facebook ever started working with them. Personally, I would like to block them from my account, and I don't know how to do it, and I don't think I can. I've got nothing but dick pics through WhatsApp. This I noticed. People will be selling, but I don't mean like a reputable company they're a sales rep for. It's something that they have some fake website or just a picture of something that they're trying to get people to buy. Boris, I told you he's going to wreck my broadcast. Really, Boris? That's my furnace. Level. This puts me at level. If you know someone and they video call you or just try to call you through the Messenger app on Facebook. If somebody has never spent time with you and doesn't know you, they should not be calling you that way. If they are, that's a sign they are a catfish and a scammer. We'll put both catfish and scammer. How many people do you know that call you through the Facebook Messenger app? But how many people do you know that call you through the Facebook Messenger app? That like you know and you spent time with? Nobody. Yeah, we chat through Messenger, but I don't call my daughter on it. No, that's absolutely crazy. I know even if I was almost into somebody, there's no way in hell I would continue any of it knowing that someone reached out to me that way without chatting with me. And one guy had sent a message, blew up my inbox, and then started a video calling me. That's so evasive. If you knew anything about me, you would definitely not do that. Boris. Okay. Okay, here's another thing I noticed right at the very beginning. They have screens of payouts. So they'll be tagged, pick anything, ABC company, be tagged by the maximum people you can tag a post in. And then it says somebody won and all these people are being paid out. Please don't do it. Don't give anybody your social security number. Don't give anybody a credit card number. Don't give anybody your checking account, your savings account. None of it. PayPal is pretty good. They have a good paper trail. It's just business or personal. They're going to get your social security number and other stuff if it's business account. So this here is so important to remember. You have what we call a gut feeling inside of you. When you first message someone, talk to them, speak, chat, stand next to, whatever you want to, you get this feeling in your gut. And you have to trust that feeling. If anything feels off, abandon ship and let it go. It's not like years ago when you're dating, or even 7 years, we'll say 7 years ago before the internet got crazy with, maybe it was back, looking for a way in. And I don't mean to way in to pick you up and sweep you away and marry you. I mean a way in to drain your bank account, ruin your credit. Somebody has thousands of friends, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 friends. That person is suspect, definitely. People can't get mad. They send you a friend request and you don't get back with them. I myself, I get hundreds. I have hundreds stacked. People that I know in real life. Instagram, I don't know. I love the photos and the sharing, but messaging people, I get a really catfishy vibe from 98% of the people. Okay. Somebody asks for cash or gift cards or personal information, that's a catfish. That's a run. Turn around and run the other way. You are no way obligated to approve a friend request. You are in no way obligated to have to write somebody's message back. If I get a lot of heat on this, and if I get a message request from someone and I can just tell that they're not in my pond, I'm not even going to write back, honestly. I could spend 3 or 4 weeks trying to apologize and break it down, or just let it go and never. If you don't read it, you can tell when someone's read a message. If it doesn't show my little picture on there, that should be your sign. This is one thing I was doing. Like I said, I was getting bombarded with friend requests. It's like I let one person in, and I got 100 or more requests. So what I started doing is checking the mutual friends and blocking there, and then blocking the other person, boom boom, and just removed it completely. That fixed most of it. You can do, as far as Facebook goes, go down their profile and you see stuff that you're not compatible with, you're not okay with, that will not be in your life, the deal breakers or things you're not interested in. You could go through and check that box and be like, that's not for me. Well, this is what I noticed on the dating apps. Because Detroit's the main city, so I'm assuming every that has a metropolitan area has this issue. So I noticed this recently, that in the dating apps, that the men would be located in Detroit. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay, great. To me, I'm like, I prefer Detroit, honestly. At first, I was like, ooh, and now I'm like, oh, really? After about 30 or 40 of those, it's a fake. It's a catfish. If I'm a Lyft driver, what area of Detroit do you live? Downtown. Okay, where downtown? Give me something specific. I know it like the back of my hand, even though I haven't worked in almost a year, but tell me so I will know what you're talking about. And they mentioned something like, yeah, no, you don't. I'm so glad I know my city. It really helps. This is something I actually came across, and I noticed when I was getting all of those friend requests, because I go through and I check the picture history, the profile history, and then I see the posts, like I said, people tagged in. Then I noticed this trend. A lot of people have birthdays, like recent birthdays. I mean, like within 7 days birthdays. And it was over and over and over again. And what I did is I went through and checked as far back as I could. You know, if they had the birthday this year, they'll have one last year and the year before. Wow, they only have posts for 4 or 5 days, which means they're a new account and they're They're a scammer. If you have, like, let's say 1,093 friends, and your new scammer friend sees it as over 1,093 opportunities. Think about that. Not friends, opportunities. Thank you so much for your time. As always, my disco ball is there until it's not. You can subscribe. I have a ton of other videos, and have a great day. Thanks.